What's up, logical people? This is Ammar. Think you're good at logic? Let's find out. Given are four cards with a number on one side and a letter on the other side. These cards must follow this rule. If a card has a vowel on one side, then it must have an even number on the other side. The puzzle is, which of these cards must you turn over to confirm if they follow the given rule? So you need to flip some of these cards to check if they correctly follow the rule. Only a few get this right. Will you be one of them? Take your time, pause the video and think logically. Majority of the people choose cards A and 4, which is incorrect. But I hope you figured out the right cards. Let's solve this problem logically. Why would you check a card on the back side? You would check a card on the other side only if there is a possibility that this card could violate the rule. The first card has a vowel. On the back side, this card can either have an even number or an odd number. So there is a possibility that a vowel has an odd number on the other side, in which case it will violate the rule. So you must check this card to ensure if it has got the required even number. Would you check this card? This card is not a vowel, so whatever it has on the back is irrelevant to the rule. So if it's irrelevant, don't check it. And now we have the card with an even number. Before we check this card, let's consider an example of a real-life scenario so that it can be explained in a logical way. Let's consider this rule. If a person is riding a motorbike, he must have a license. The four cards for this example can be shown like this. The equivalent of a vowel would be riding the bike. Then we have a non-vowel card, so we can consider a non-riding card such as just walking. An even number card is similar to a card with license. A non-even number card is similar to a no license card. The example is now set. Will you check the first card, that is riding the bike? Of course, yes. The riding card may have a license on the other side or may not have a license. With no license, it would violate the rule. So if there is a possibility of violation, you must turn over this card to check the other side. Will you check the other side of this card on which the person is walking? Whether the walking person has a license or doesn't have a license, it doesn't really matter, because walking is irrelevant to the rule. And if it's irrelevant, you don't need to check this card. Now, the card with a license. Do you need to check it? If a person has a license, then whether he is riding or walking doesn't break the rule. So if there is no possibility of violation to the rule, there is no need to check this card. Here is another way to think about this card, and this is really important. The rule says if a person is riding a motorbike, on the other side it must have a license. Remember, it's a one-way condition. It does not demand that if a person is having a license, then he must be riding the bike. Because the person with a license can also simply walk. So no need to check this card. Similarly, in our actual problem, if a card has a vowel on one side, it must have an even number on the other side. But if a card has an even number on one side, it doesn't demand that the other side should be a vowel. It could be any letter. It's a one-way condition, so we will not check this card. Finally, the card with an odd number. So in our example of motorbike riding, consider a person doesn't have a license. On the back side of this card, it may have the person riding the bike or might be just walking. So here we must turn over the card because if the other side says the person is riding the bike, then it's a violation to the rule because he doesn't have the license. And if there is a possibility of violation, we must check the card. Similarly, if the card shows an odd number on one side, there is a possibility that the back side has a vowel. And if that happens, it would violate the given rule. So we must check this card. And here is a correct answer, that the cards with A and 7 should be turned over to validate the rule. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and share the video, and if you are new, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated with a new logic puzzle every week. Till then, give a try to these Google interview puzzles. Also check out quick brain teasers on my channel Logically Yours.